Hey, scavenger. Keep on streaming in the free world. Well, there's still a free world left. Never stop screaming.
Oh, sorry.
You trying to copyright violate me or something? What
sorry.
the fuck?
I didn't know you were streaming. Go on.
Copyright violating motherfucker. You're evil. You're out here playing that sod. So ad.
It's so ad. BYOB.
Watch the copyright infringement. Kelsey.
I can't even laugh without coughing.
TJ, oh, you put on weight. Maybe I have. I don't know. We can go check in a minute. I have a scale. I can check.
You really haven't been eating that much. I guess you did today.
Yeah, but it was all in one big burst.
Yeah, that's like the worst way to do it.
No, it's not. It's fine. But yeah.
Not to say I'm not guilty.
What you doing?
I'm just reading.
Oh.
Hi, Jay.
Jay ain't even in here.
Yeah, he is. He's right there.
No, he's not. That's not him. It's a fake.
There.
It's a fake Jay, dude.
What?
What's what?
That super chat.
TJ, ask your doctor if right is left for you. All right. Happy New Year. Chess didn't say nothing.
Yo, Chess.
Checkers said something. I heard it. No!
Salvador.
Shut your fucking
One
dumbass
more
mouth.
bark and you're going in.
You be quiet. Woof.
I read that as I'm so happy to see you live.
I'm so happy to see you live.
Look at your smoke and the light over there.
Yeah, I know. Look at the fucking light itself. Oh, you're talking about that light, yeah.
Yeah. Do we get June bugs here? Not that bad.
I don't think so. I can't
Maybe
think
for
of it.
like a week.
What did you waste $1 million on this time? I don't know. I was just complete because Paul just did a stream called I Don't Practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. So I just decided to fucking do the next line. That's what $1 million, but I'd spend it all. So that's what this one's called.
We're white and we can't sing.
We are lame white people, and we don't know how to sing.
Our doggy deserves better.
Yeah, probably, but he ain't got it, so whatever. His ass was in the pound before my ass came along.
Yeah. He's doing much better
So
now.
he's better off with me than there, so fuck you, bitch. You're not the one that got to deal with his barking ass. So.
It's actually not that bad unless he's outside.
Yeah. And sometimes he's alright out here, but today he's been a fucking asshole. Every time he comes out here, every time a fucking bug farts, he's row, 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 row. It's like, shut up. Well, the thing is that I looked up the lyrics from multiple sources because I had the same grammatical issue you have, Stephen, but apparently that's the lyrics. So don't blame me. Blame whoever the fuck sings that stupid song.
Sublime.
Sublime. Blame Sublime.
Well, that
Pretty sure the
dead.
dude's dead, so
Yeah.
maybe he died of bad grammar. I don't know. So that's how it goes. What's the best Nicolas Cage movie? I don't know. Mandy was pretty good. Leaving Las Vegas is pretty good, though kind of depressing. Fuck, I don't know. Adaptation was good. I was watching the pre-show and remember that Paul had left his ex. God damn it. Paul had left his ex. I get the impression Paul used to be much more average man. Conspiracy theory? No. I mean, you could go back and watch Paul videos from like 10 fucking years ago. I mean, he might have been a little bit more normal, but I don't know. There was signs of the weirdness even back then. So.
I think that he was always a fucking weirdo, and he was just trying to be normal by like marrying a normal person and having a normal job.
Yeah, I think that's why he's just like.
That's why he cracked.
Yeah, he's just like, no.
I can't be it.
The American dream is a fucking nightmare. Goodbye. Good riddance.
Yeah. I don't think Paul was ever normal. I think he just tried to suppress it.
Yeah, I think he tried to act normal, but he's not. He's not. He never was. What is the best John Carpenter movie? That's tough because he has a lot of good ones. I mean, The Thing, you gotta fucking put that in contention for sure. That's probably the winner, honestly. But I like his sillier movies too, like Escape from fucking New York and, Big Trouble in Little China, shit like that. Halloween is obviously a great movie. But I gotta say The Thing probably for me. Yeah, I don't think he ever topped that. What's the weirdest thing you ever nutted to? Probably the other night when I was jerking off on your mom's face. I don't know. She had a weird face. I don't know. That lazy eye. I don't know. Kind of did something for me. Hey, your fucking cup says Chelsea.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I did.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. I had to work there this morning.
What does Chell say? I don't know.
What does the Chell say?
Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Chelsea doesn't play by the rule. TJ Bist Ein Jude? Maybe. I don't know. We talk about the 2014 Godzilla for some reason. I mean, it was alright. It certainly could have been a lot better. I mean, like, if you go to YouTube and you type, like, all Godzilla scenes from 2014 Godzilla, you get a video that's, like, 9 minutes long, so that's a problem. Godzilla should definitely be in more than 9 minutes of Godzilla. So...
yeah.
There's a problem. Bryan Cranston's character being killed off in, like, the first 30 minutes of the movie is a problem. Considering the way they advertised it, like it was going to be...
his movie.
Yeah, so that was weird. And then his son that they handed the baton of the movie off to sucked and was a lame-ass character, and you notice he's not coming back in the sequel. So... Wasn't 20 Godzilla movies enough? I think you're drastically underestimating. I'm pretty sure there's like 1 billion. I think there's actually more Godzilla movies than there are non-Godzilla movies. Oh, you mean weren't the first 20 enough? I don't know. No, I guess not. I don't know. I feel like they'll be making Godzilla movies for as long as movies are being made, and I'm okay with that. No, no, no.
Sal,
Salvador, don't do it.
be quiet.
They said the new movie will be about 40% monster action. Yeah, well, that's probably about where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because I gotta tell you a secret. I ain't going for the fucking dialogue and character development to the Godzilla movie. In fact, I think I'm ready for a movie where there's no human characters and it's just about Godzilla fighting other monsters. I don't need the humans. I don't need their dumb concerns. Just show me Godzilla rising from the sea, fighting a bunch of other monsters, winning, and then going back into the fucking sea.
You don't want to see him kill people?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying don't show, like, him destroying the city and people screaming and all that shit. What I'm saying is I don't need them to be characters. They can just be people that die.
I see.
How do you style your receding hairline? I don't style anything.
Lucky to brush it.
Yeah, you're lucky if I brush it. You're all style. You look hideous. Thanks, Tanning Chatham. I appreciate your compliments.
Well, he was also trying to get you to pulverize his ass, so.
Oh. You must have a hideous fetish.
Yeah.
Can I borrow one of your private jets, TJ? No, dude. Those are my private jets. Last time I lent out one of my private jets, the motherfucker returned it with... You didn't even fill up the fucking fuel tank, dude. No, no way. Godzilla versus Cthulhu porn. Well, that doesn't sound like a versus. That sounds like they're just fucking. I'm okay with that. I'd pay fucking money. I'd pay the admission price to see that. You know, I don't know if I'd actually get off on it, but I think it'd be entertaining. Hey, TJ, if I want to get into Nietzsche, where should I start? I don't know. Get one of the, like, aphorism collections, because that's a little bit more digestible, I feel like. So, like, I don't know, Human All Too Human or something like that. Was XXX Tentacion this generation's Nietzsche? No, he was more like this generation's Sartre, dude. I didn't know the Amazing Atheist had another account. Well, he does. He has an account where he just signs up and fucks around. Oof. Oof, says Sarah. Sarah's in here oofing, dude. Got problems. My family dragged me to watch Aquaman. It was surprisingly entertaining. Terribly written, but not boring, at least. Even that low bar puts it above every other DC movie. Hey, you know, the movie is supposed to be entertaining above all else. So, if they got that right, that's at least something going for it. Sarah's chilling with the oofs. Oof, oof, oof. Oof orgasm. Yeah, I think that she was coming. That's what I think was going on there. I think Sarah was sitting there going like schlick, schlick, schlick. And all of a sudden, it was an oofgasm, dude. Just like Coleman said. I think I made it pretty clear in my last video, my stance on reproduction. I'm against humans. I'm at least against as many humans as there are. Not necessarily abortions for all, more like hashtag abortions for most. I just answered you, Mr. YouTube. What the fuck? I just answered that. Just go watch the fucking abortion video. TJ, what do you think of the phrase, there's no such thing as a stupid question? All you have to do is come into this chat and see that that's wrong. What if Chelsea gets pregnant? Well, once again, go watch the abortion video. What do you think? Why did your mic suck in that video? I have a boom mic, and I think I placed it way too close to myself, so it was like going like deep into the red. So I ended up having to use the onboard mic on the DSLR. So that's not ever great. Been watching DFF for a year now. Can't wait to, God damn it. Can't wait to see what you guys have in mind for the 1-year anniversary. If it sucks, I might have to cancel my $10. Well, don't worry. It won't suck. I wish I was female just so I could get an abortion. Cool. One-year DFF anniversary. Yeah, that's right. Coolman's working on that too. Can't tell you too much, but it's gonna be good. Ben Shapiro, Jew Fart. I'm hungry. Good. Go eat something. How's that my responsibility? Not bad for a show that started out with the Tim Allen segment. Feed us with knowledge, TJ. I don't know how to. What's my favorite bridge? A bridge too far. Why is Paul so into serial killers? There's a fine line between a artist of any kind and a serial killer. So Paul, being a performer, probably has some serial killing predilections within him. Don't practice Santeria. Ain't got no crystal ball. Should I watch From Dusk Till Dawn? No. No, you shouldn't. Any format changes planned for DFF in 2019? You're just going to have to wait and see, huh? If you had to eradicate one entire country, which would it be? Mine would be China. I don't know. I don't really have any sort of country I hate, so. The entire show will just be a screenshot of Wikipedia in 2019. Yeah, we're cutting out the middleman. We're cutting it out. We're just going to show you Wikipedia pages. And then we'll be like, all right, that's the show. Cutting out all the bullshit. Getting right to the point. Who do you hate the most lately? I don't know. I don't really waste my time with that. Do you think you lost your passion for making videos? No. Not at all. Are you reading this? Yeah. I mean, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? You hear me reading it. Yes, you did. Tanning Chatham, when I want your opinion, I'll give it to you, bitch. What are my passions? I don't rely on that. I had $1 gazillion and I spent it all myself. Good. But are you reading this? Yep. Sure am. Are you excited for the Orville Season 2? Yeah, I want to see it. The Order of Chaos, next chapter, win, and DFF DVD. Yeah, I kind of taken a break from writing that, but I actually just started tinkering with it again. So I don't know when chapter 4 will happen, but it is actually being worked on again. So we'll see. Shouldn't be too long. Favorite type of citrus? I don't know. Who cares? That's a stupid question. You should play The Witcher 3. Alright. Guess I will then. I'm gonna go fucking play The Witcher 3 right now. It's my next stop. What's your favorite Star Trek episode? Probably the best of both worlds. The season 3 finale and season 4 premiere of Next Generation. Data's Day is a great episode. I think that's probably nearly my favorite. I think I've even said it was my favorite before, but it's a really small episode. It's not really a big episode. It's kind of like a filler episode, but I think it's just so cool to kind of get that insight into the character. Measure of a Man's a great one. Is 60s Star Trek worth watching? You know, for me it never has been, but a lot of people still enjoy it. For me, it's just a little bit too much on the cheese factor. So I could never really get into it. Don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Thank you, Chase and Tom, for your monies. I've not seen Discovery. There's a few times I've considered trying to watch it, but every time I just find myself being like, no, I can't do it. I just can't fucking do it. Every time I start to click on it, I just remember how they redesigned the Klingons, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm sorry. Rather just watch the Orville. I feel like it's Star Trek better than Star Trek is now. Teabag says hi, TJ. Who the fuck is Teabag? Shout out to Teabag. Who the fuck is Teabag? Teabag Troy is my friend. Okay. Quiet! Well, he's got a weird nickname, but I like it. You and Teabag do not go way back, you lying son of a bitch. I had a KKK member hit on me while I was dressed like a girl once. He said he wanted to sexually destroy me. Did you do it? Like, fuck me with your big racist dick, you son of a bitch. Ah! Feel the power of the white race inside you. I imagine Louisiana has the texture of soggy cornflakes. Am I right? You're not far off. Salvador is the mastermind behind ISIS. Salvador ain't the mastermind behind shit. He's a mastermind behind the plot to steal scraps from the table, maybe. That's about it. What brand you smoke again? Let's start a charity to get TJ that $1 mil back. Yeah, dude. I need to spend another $1 mil. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Tommy. These established... What? Sup, TJ? Nothing much. Banana video part 2. I'm going to use a pineapple in the sequel. I'm working my way up. I'm at zucchini. Doritos or Cheetos? I personally like Cheetos better, but I think most people would say Doritos. I love Star Trek Voyager. What is your thought on Star Trek Voyager? I think it's kind of like an uneven show. I mean, all of the Star Treks have good and bad episodes, but I feel like Voyager is way more uneven than the other ones. But it can be, the fucking good ones are really good. So, I mean, I love a lot of the Borg episodes they did. Candy canes or candy corn? Favorite boobs? That's a tough question. I mean, obviously, Chelsea's boobs are the best, but I'm sure you mean outside of my significant other, so I don't know, man. You know, it'll piss Chelsea off if she's watching right now, but Katy Perry really has some nice tits. Uh, that actress, what's her name? Kat Dennings. She's got some really big tits. That's pretty nice. Scarlett Johansson's always had nice tits. So, like, those are some of the mainstream people I can think of with nice titties. But, like, as far as, like, the tits that I kind of just scroll past on, like, Twitter and Reddit and shit on a daily basis, I don't know the names of those bitches. Jennifer Lawrence has pretty nice tits. That's true. Good point. Speaking of Voyager, fucking what's-her-face had nice tits on there. God, I can't remember her fucking name. I mean, I remember the character name, 7 of 9, but Jerry Ryan. Jerry Ryan had some nice tits, for sure. Will there be more D&D? You're damn right there will be. It's already being worked on. Let's see, what does this say? TJ, every YouTuber I watch name drops you. Will you ever stick your toes back in the water as a guest on some other obscure but great podcasts? I don't know. I don't really like being a guest. If I saw you walking down the street, would it be okay to approach you for a selfie, or should I leave you alone? Yeah, I mean, I take selfies with people all the time, so it's not a big deal to me. As long as you're polite. You know, if you're an asshole, I'll punch you in the fucking face. But if you're nice, then yeah, we can take a selfie, shake hands, chit-chat for a minute, as long as I'm not busy. Yeah, as far as me being a guest on other people's shows, you know, I probably say no about 99% of the time, and then 1% of the time, I'll just randomly say yes to somebody. Usually someone smaller, you know. I'd rather be on a small show if I'm going to be a guest. I'd rather do a favor for someone who's not a huge YouTuber. If I'm going to be on a big show, it's got to be someone that I actually watch myself or have some sort of appreciation for on some level. So I get asked a lot. I mean, not a whole, not like, it's not like the offers are pouring in by the day, but I'd say every month I get at least 10 or 11 offers to be a guest on some podcast or this or that. And I usually say no or don't respond at all. I got enough of my own shit to do without having to worry about being a guest on somebody else's show. What if they paid you to be a guest? Well, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Has Joe Rogan asked for you to come back? Nope. If he had, you'd have seen me on there, I'm sure. But I was on there twice. I feel like being on Joe Rogan 2 times means that I was on Joe Rogan 2 times more than I probably deserved to be. So, I'm happy with that. I don't need a 3rd time. Would you sell out if they offered you enough money? Fuck yeah. Yeah. I don't care. He did say he wants you back. Well, I'm a I'm a DM away at any time, so whatever. Senor Tomat owns your soul. Well, I knew that. Hey TJ, I'm aspiring to become a fantasy writer. What would you say is the worst cliche in the genre so I can avoid it? The worst cliche in the fantasy genre? I don't know. I don't really read too much fantasy. I don't really know that you need to avoid cliches so much as, you know, if you use a cliche, you need to use it in a way that subverts expectations. Like set up a cliche so that it seems like you're going to do the cliche thing and then do something slightly different with it. I think that's more interesting than just avoiding it outright. You know, some cliches are cliches because they work. It's just a matter of bringing something a little bit original to the cliche, giving it a little twist, or doing it so exceptionally well that people forget it's a cliche. You said before that the DFF meetup that he asked you, but you said no because you felt you weren't getting enough views to justify going on. I don't think I said that, but maybe I did. I don't know. I don't recall that happening, but my memory is like Swiss cheese, so. Pogo from Marilyn Manson said Kurt Cobain deserved to die. Pogo is a dick. Psst. Quiet. I'm a writer also. Believe me that avoiding cliches is a fool's errand. Just try to incorporate them in interesting ways. Quiet! Salvador! Hush! Did Pogo ever actually play his instrument in concert? My understanding, and maybe it's wrong, is that he was such an unskilled keyboardist that they had to pipe in the keyboard while he pantomimed playing. But I don't know if that was just some shade being cast in his direction and it's not true, but that's what I've heard. And you'll notice that Marilyn Manson no longer as a band has a keyboardist, so it kind of seems true that they never needed one in the first place. Would I vote for Kyle Kalinske? I think I would, yeah. Does your barking dog annoy you more than other people's barking dogs? Yeah, because I feel responsible. Woo! Imps. All right. Imps. Good. How do you feel about that video you made where you said you could never get addicted to cigarettes? I was wrong. I was obviously wrong. Whoops. Hello. Hey, Alien Das Alpes. All the men in my life have big beards, man boobs, and a red/orange beanie. I'm not really in your life just because you're watching my video, but okay. And this really isn't orange, it's red. I know it kind of looks orange in this light, in this camera, but it is actually, in fact, red. Orange. That's how I say it. Fuck you. Have you ever had a detractor encounter you in public? I'm sure that they've seen me. I've seen people look at me and recognize me and then kind of have a disapproving look on their face. But they never say anything to me because they're pussies. And if they did, they'd get hurt, so. I'm not a non-violent person. I'm a violent person. TJ, I've been watching you for many years, so I consider you a part of my life. Cool. Internet tough guy. Tough guy. I never said I was tough. If you go back and look, I never said at any point I'm a tough guy. I said I'm a violent guy. Violent doesn't necessarily mean tough. You know, maybe they kick my ass, but you know, I'm still gonna fight them. Well, more than likely, I'm gonna try to, you know, sneak attack them before they even know they're being attacked. You know, because I'm also a cowardly fighter. I'm a dirty fighter. I'm a cowardly fighter, and I'm a violent person. So. I am a sucker puncher for sure. How many fights have I had? Not very many. I avoid people. Those are like the worst traits. LMFAO. Not really. There's way worse traits. Hey TJ, we made some baby back ribs. Want some? Not really. I'm pretty good. I ate. Yeah, that's what my dad taught me, Rose or whatever your name is, Black. My dad pretty much taught me that the fair fight shit is a bunch of nonsense, and if you need to get into a fight, you need to do everything in your power to win. Fuck any rules or decorum or any of that. Just, if you start a fight, finish it. You know? Even if that means like acting like everything's cool and you're not gonna fight, and then, you know, hitting them over the head with a fucking rock. It doesn't matter. You gotta do what you gotta do. No rules in a street fight. Tommy from the Bronx would know. Because he, I am sure, has been in far more fights than me. Over 200 fights for Tommy. I'm not surprised. Knowing Tommy in real life and seeing the shit he's willing to throw down over, I'm sure he's been in plenty of fights. And I'm sure he knows that when he says that it comes from a place of authenticity. There are no rules in a street fight. The rules are do whatever you need to do to win. Show us some of your fighting moves. There's nothing to show. It's not like I know some karate or some shit. My fighting move is pick up something heavy and hit you over the head with it. Your wrestling episode made me wonder how cool the art form could be if it was made for adults, not even teenagers, like the Attitude Era. Maybe. I don't know if those guys are good enough actors for it to be made for like adults. I think making it sort of a Jerry Springer-esque offensive thing is probably about the most adult they could go. My fighting move is a baseball bat. See? That works. Who the fuck doesn't like Queen? The only people who don't like Queen are people who just see that everyone else likes Queen and they say they don't to be contrary. Queen your womb. You look like Marlon Brando. I assume you mean fat Marlon Brando, because I certainly don't look like prime Marlon Brando. Least favorite song from Heaven Upside Down. Probably Jesus Crisis. Not even really a bad song, just not as good as the rest of the record. And following up Saturnalia, it's just like, I wish I was still listening to Saturnalia. You look like drunk Orson Welles. That's awesome. Thank you. And Jay Dark is pissed. He's all like, Jesus Crisis is a great song. It's a great song with my British accent that I'm not even British. What is your opinion on the new Star Wars movies? I'm actually going to be making a video about that, so. High-pitched Orson Welles? Am I high-pitched? I don't really feel like I'm high-pitched. Maybe I don't know, fuck. I'm deluding myself. How far are you from the bayou? Not far. Yeah, why does Jay have a British accent when he comes from Canada? I don't know. That's what I've been trying to figure out this whole time. It makes no fucking sense. I watch him, he's like, it's me, Jay Darky. I'm from Canada. This is a Canadian accent I have. It's like, what? That's not a Canadian accent. What the fuck? What? What are you doing? You don't even know what the accent. It reminds me of a David Cross joke where he's talking about how certain accents seem to transcend geography, like the redneck voice. You can find it all over the country. The gay voice, you can find that all over the country. But most accents, they're kind of geographically locked. Like you never hear someone go like, man, shut up. You're fucking ruining it, you stupid fuck. What is your problem? Shut up. You never hear someone go like, yeah, I'm from like El Paso, Texas, born and raised right here in fucking El Paso. You know how it is. You don't hear that. So, but I guess you do. In Jay Dark's case, motherfucker's he's Canadian, but he's British, but he's not British. So I don't know. It's weird shit. Your dog does not annoy me like mine does. Yeah. What are your criticisms of black people? I don't really have criticisms of like black people in general, but I could tell you some criticisms of like mainstream black culture, which would be like, say, the cultural appropriation thing, for instance. As I mentioned on Twitter earlier, I've been watching Ken Burns' documentary on jazz. And, it's like obviously a cornerstone of so much modern music. But, they act like it's a uniquely black art form. And the pioneers were all black guys. But, it was an amalgamation of several different music styles that came from all over the fucking planet. It was not like, some were African, some were European, some were Caribbean. You know, it came from all over the place. It's all that crashing. I think that's people setting off fireworks. Either it's rednecks shooting at the sky, whatever. Do I like jazz? It's a difficult question because the answer is really no. But at the same time, I can appreciate it. I can appreciate jazz, but I can't exactly enjoy it. If that makes any sense. Rednecks shooting at the sky. Go home and get some of that apple pie. America's the greatest land in the world. In the world, in the world, in the world, in the world, in the world. What, baby?
Said I'm on a video chat.
I don't care. Do what you gotta do.
I'm just letting you know.
Just letting me know. Just letting you know, boy. That's what I'm doing. Just letting you know. SW8 managed. What the fuck? Managed to have no plot. Looking forward to your review. Casino plot worst and most pointless of all Star Wars plots. Yeah, I think it was pretty bad. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. If that's okay with you. Oh, I'm going to put a faggoty filter on here too. About noir. Always like that. BRB. Don't go nowhere. Just took a piss and it smelled like tuna. But I haven't eaten any tuna lately, so why does my piss smell like tuna? I don't know. Doctor time. Bladder infection. Damn. Hope not. Hopefully it's just one of those weird things that never happens again. That was a long time. What color was it? I don't know. I think it was yellow. Kidney failure. Cool. Finally. Body's way of saying something's wrong. A lot of things are wrong. Don't need to tell me twice. Did you wash your damn hands, TJ? No, I didn't. Nor do I ever. Unless there's like physically shit on them. Why did you stop doing Triggered? I just got tired of doing that kind of content. I got tired of doing the whole I'm outraged by those who are outraged shtick. It's fun for a while, but meh. I've got bad news. You're going to die. I don't think so. Pretty sure I'm immortal. Yeah, how can I die when I'm already dead? Favorite gummy snack? Probably like sour gummy worms. Sour gummy worms, they are bad. Sour gummy worms, they are good. 2008 TJ would destroy 2018 TJ in a debate. Cool. I guess we'll never know if that's true. I hate Sublime, actually. What's my favorite breed of dog? I like a lot of the smushed face dogs, like pugs and French bulldogs and Boston Terriers and shit like that. Do you plan on becoming relevant again? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll get bored with irrelevance and I'll decide, you know what, I think I'm just going to do the whole relevancy thing again, but I don't know. It's kind of a drag being relevant, honestly. Everything you do has to matter and shit. Can I have your relevancy? Well, I already gave it away to like a bunch of other people. So I obviously can't really do that now. Monster anime, like it, check it. It's well made. I've never seen it. How many strikes have you received in your YouTube careers? I don't even know. It's been a ton. Over the course of like multiple channels and all that shit. God, I don't know. Probably at least 20. Something like that. It's got to be around there. Your thoughts on transvestites? I have no problem with them. How many of those strikes were not bullshit? I mean, in my opinion, they were all bullshit. So. What was your first strike? God, I don't even remember. I have no fucking clue. I don't remember at all. I think it was before they even had like the strike system. They had like a whole other system that I got penalized under. There was one point where they suspended me for 7 days. They used to issue out like these weird suspensions. Like, you can't use your channel for 7 days. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess. And, when people went to your channel, everything looked like it was fine. So it was very deceptive, and you couldn't get the information out to people that you know, your channel was actually not active because it looked active. So I had YouTube strikes before YouTube strikes were a thing, but I don't remember what for. You know, I don't know, something I said, I guess. You said something people didn't like, so we got to punish you. Okay. TJ, how can you prove this is live? I think the fact that I'm answering chat questions kind of proves that. TJ getting in trouble for something he said. You predicted the chat questions? Maybe, I don't know. TJ doctored his live stream. Was it the pedophile video? I don't remember what video that was. Don't listen to TJ. This is a recorded chat. TJ, prove that you are real. All right. I actually don't know how to do that. Cogito ergo sum. It's about the best I could think. Yes, I am a record. Good. Do you think Ben Shapiro has seen any of your videos on him? I have no idea. How could I possibly know that? I don't remember. I mean, I've done so many videos. I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, I don't remember what I've said that got me in trouble. I do remember that I made a video on a channel that I had for a little while. It was kind of like a weird experimental channel called The Person Who Talks, where I said something about murdering cats, and people are like, and YouTube was like, this encourages animal abuse, so your channel's suspended for 6 months. And by the time the 6 months was up, I didn't even remember the fucking password for the fucking channel. So how many videos have you made that are no longer on your channel? There was only ever one major purge of content. YouTube got extremely restrictive for a little while, and there was a lot of videos on my channel that were just not going to fly anymore with their new guidelines, and they were already penalizing people, even though, like, you'd figure something that was uploaded before the date of the rule change would be grandfathered in. But that's not how it worked. YouTube would like make all these new rules, and then anything you'd ever made up until that point now had to be subject to those rules. And it's like, how I can't predict what you're going to do in the fucking future. So, like, what the fuck? What year was that? Oh, it was really early on. So I had to take a bunch down, mostly ponage videos, as they were called in those days. Which is a really stupid fucking concept anyway. I'm kind of glad those aren't on there anymore, because that whole, like, I'm gonna fucking prove that I'm better than someone else on the internet thing is such a fucking lame such a lame thing in my opinion now. But 22, 23-year-old me just thought it was so cool. You still do ponage videos? Not really. I might make videos where I'm critical of someone else, but it's always based around actual argumentation and not just like, you're ugly and you got bad teeth or some nonsense. Which, that'd be my ponage for myself, I think. Are you actually serious about sterilizing people? I mean, I don't really feel like I should have to clarify something I did in a video or said in a video. Like, I think that part of wondering what's a joke and what's not is kind of the point of a video like that. So for me to come right out and say, here's what I actually think, it diminishes the power of the fucking video. I think that blurring the lines between what's when I'm joking and when I'm being real, is part of the point of a video like that. You know, power of the video, egotist TJ. Well, I mean, whatever. I'm not saying that the video is fucking Citizen Kane or some shit, but whatever power it had. I'm not saying it's powerful, like, oh my god, I'm so fucking brilliant, I made this great video. I'm just saying, whatever resonance that video had, if it had, if it had anything, if it caused the slightest provocation or interest or intrigue or whatever, part of that is because I'm not spelling out, this is the part where I'm being serious and this is the part where I'm joking, and I feel like I drew a lot of inspiration from like George Carlin on that, because you never knew what was serious with him. So I think I try to fucking emulate that. Carlin is way smarter than you. Yeah, probably so. I mean, well, no, not anymore. He's dead. He's dead as fuck now. So I'm, however many IQ points I have, that's how many IQ points smarter than George Carlin I am at this point. But yeah, when he was alive, he was definitely smarter than me. He's one of the smartest people probably on the face of the fucking earth. So yeah. Are you sure it wasn't because you were a kid back then? It's pretty obvious where he draws the line. He just did an awesome joke playing with the tension of an uptight time. No, I mean, I actually just read George Carlin's book, so go read that and see that you're demonstrably wrong. He even talks about the mechanics behind some of his jokes and how the point of the joke is not necessarily in the surface interpretation of the joke. So, fuck you. It's demonstrably incorrect, sir. He has multiple books. Yeah, I know he has multiple books. I'm talking about his fucking biography, where he's actually talking about his life and his art. Don't be a dipshit. And yeah, I have read all of his books. Do you dislike performing for a live audience? No, I enjoyed it. Do you have any kids in your life? No, I make it a point to avoid that. TJ, I know Halloween is ways away. You and Chelsea could go as Princess Leia and as Jabba the Hutt. You look like him, and Jabba probably doesn't read super chat comments that people pay him to read, like you. I just read yours, so what now? And yeah, I could do that. I could play me some Jabba. I'd be a good Leia, yes. I'd be a terrific Leia. If George Carlin and Noam Chomsky debated who would win, I don't even know that they'd really be that far apart. What's the difference between accepting and indifference? I don't know. I guess I guess if you're indifferent towards something you never cared to begin with, to accept it, you have to work through caring and get to a point of being okay with it, I guess. So accepting means that you have to yeah, like it's active. You have to actually put effort into making yourself feel all right about something, even if on some level you don't. Ben Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro? In terms of what? Noam Chomsky book title. Know what I'm saying? I like it. How would you have done the Star Wars prequels? Fuck. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, first of all, you never would have seen Darth Vader as a little kid. That never would have happened. I would have done the backstory that Obi-Wan told Luke on Tatooine in the first movie, where, Obi-Wan and Anakin were war buddies, like, they'd meet during the Clone Wars and become friends then, you know, because that's the story that we were told happened. And I don't know. I probably would have focused way more on Emperor Palpatine or than Senator Palpatine's ascent. I don't know. I probably would have juggled three narratives between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Palpatine, and kind of focused on those three central characters. But of course, then there's not enough diversity because everyone's white and male. So, but that's what I'd have done. But The Exorcist, what about it? Anakin is definitely an edgelord. Would you still have the love story in your Star Wars prequel? I mean, I guess you kind of have to you got to explain the birth of Luke and Leia, so you're going to have some kind of love story. Who can Brett Keane say at least I'm not about I don't know, Hitler? Hey TJ, my library banned Noam Chomsky, Carlin, Nietzsche, Howard Zinn, and books on evolution or anti-slavery books. How do I handle this? I don't know. If it's state funded, I'd call the ACLU. How do you cope with this bleak existence? I don't know. It's never been that bleak to me. Seems all right for the most part, at least on a personal level. Does this recent rise in far right, alt right extremism, especially on YouTube, worry you at all, or do you just chalk it up to the political pendulum doing its thing? I don't really know that I'd classify it as extremism. I don't think someone having a fringe political belief makes them an extremist. I think actions make them an extremist. So, I mean, if they're out there, bombing things or doing violence against people, then I think you can say they're an extremist. But for just espousing beliefs that are not mainstream, I don't think that's enough. Some of them are violent, right? So call them extremists. But I don't know. I'm just quibbling over the definition of a word. As far as that goes, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, politics is like anything else; it's continuously evolving. In some ways it stays the same, but in other ways it changes drastically and radically. And I think you're seeing the same sort of shift on the left. I feel like people are just becoming a little bit more honest on both sides. I think that the battle lines are being redrawn for a new generation, basically. Some fashion designer said recently that every man should be penetrated at least once so they understand women. I think they should. I think I agree with the first part. I agree that every man should be penetrated at least once, but you know, TJ, you mock Scientology's absurd beliefs, yet you believe nationalized healthcare will magically solve our healthcare issues. Stick to bananas because that is the only thing you got up your ass is your head. Well, thanks for the $10. Would you rather lose both your legs, or arms? Oh, God, neither of those sound very appealing. Fuck. Yeah, I think I gotta go with legs because I mean they're easier to replace. You can always get a wheelchair. Are you gonna watch The Orville tonight, TJ? I don't think I can watch it tonight because I don't have television, so I'm gonna have to like get it after the fact. Yeah, I guess legs is another word I say right. Weird. Just like eggs, legs and eggs and legs. When did you get rid of your TV? I mean, I have a TV set. I just don't have like cable or satellite or any of that shit. DFF Ellen DeGeneres. She is not as nice as she seems. All right. How long have you not had cable? I don't know. At least a year, maybe more. I don't really miss it. Do you just Netflix everything? Yeah, I mean, I watch things on Netflix or Prime Video or YouTube, or that's it really. I don't really watch any other ones. Any New Year's resolution? Yeah, I'm going on Weight Watchers again on the first. Not looking forward, but I do need to lose some weight, so. Have you looked at the work of Guy McPherson? He says that we can all go extinct from climate change in less than 10 years. Yeah, and actually, it's funny because that's the same name as my uncle, so. So when I first saw his name around, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Uncle Guy, what are you doing? And I realized it wasn't the same. TJ, I definitely don't watch stuff on Putlocker Kirk. I mean, I definitely have, but I don't know. I tend to just buy movies on Amazon if I can. But pretty much the only time I'll watch something that's on one of those like shady streaming sites is if I can't find it legally, which sometimes happens. Is American Dad better than Family Guy? I don't know. I think they're about equal. They're kind of the same show, really. Because he's not reckless with money. Respect, bro. Cool. I don't know what that meant, but thanks for the money. If you could purchase a movie to review on YouTube, can you write the movie purchase cost off? That's a good question. I don't know. I never tried, but now that you mention it, that's not a bad idea. Happy New Year, TJ. Is the J capitalized? Yes, it is. Anyway, thanks for making 2018 a little more fun. Well, thank you. Thank you for making 2018 a little more fun, you son of a bitch. Are you optimistic about Terminator 6? No. I think they should have stopped a while ago. I once donated $100 on Blog TV and never got my rewards you promised me. That was 2011. That's why I don't do Patreon. Well, I can say I've gotten better at it, at fulfilling shit since 2011. So I'm sorry about whatever happened in, 7 years ago or 8 or whatever it was. But I've definitely gotten better at that now. RV trip to the moon. Best movie of 2018? I have no idea. TJ, can you teach me to be better at scamming people? Oh, yeah. I'll teach you all the tricks. Can you do an organized crime block? What the fuck? Can you do an organized crime block on DFF? Like one episode for the Mafia, the Yakuza, the cartels, respectively. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. That would be neat. Yes. Kim Jong-un. Is vandalism cool? I don't know. I don't want to take a stance. Ever heard of Babyface Larone? Absolutely vicious. I don't think I have. It's like some kind of criminal, I'm assuming. Smoking is cool. Luke C. Gnick Ams. If Ben Shapiro was trapped in a dungeon with you, what would you do to him? I don't know. Probably try to get his cooperation so we could escape the dungeon. I don't think I'd be worried about our political differences at that point. I'd be like, hey, Ben, you and me need to figure out a way out of this fucking dungeon, dude. We're going to starve to death in here if we're not fucking eaten by some monster. So we need to join forces. No, TJ, if you were the dominator in the dungeon. Oh, I'm the dominator? I don't know. I don't have no hard feelings against Ben. I just think he's retarded. So I'd leave him alone. The dominator! Have I seen Old Boy Korean? Yes. I've not seen the American version because it looked awful. Dominate him with facts and logic. You seen Vice? Nope. I want to, but it's not playing at a theater near me, so I guess I'll have to wait till it is. The spermicider. Your nostrils are the life force of Gondor. Cool. Feel the power. TJ, come up with the lamest idea for a superhero ever. Okay. I call him the Mayonator. And his gimmick is that he's dressed like a giant jar of fucking mayonnaise. And his power is that he doesn't have any powers. He's just in a big jar of mayonnaise. And he makes a lot of mayo puns. And he jaywalks. Well, I've been doing this for about an hour and a half. I feel like I've met my obligation to you people. Fare thee well.